So, a very warm welcome, friends, to the Science of Mind Club. Really appreciate you joining on the Sunday morning. And once again, we are continuing our journey of self coaching. And this is a beautiful journey because self coaching means that we can coach ourselves, we can become better anytime in our life. So, as the ritual goes, I always start with some positive quotes, some positive thoughts to start our day. Why? Because any of these quotes, even the single quote, can transform our way of thinking and shape our behavior. So, that is my very, very powerful affirmation for the day that each of us can learn something from any of the quotes. And if you like something, feel free to take a screenshot, feel free to write it down. Absolutely fine. The content is absolutely created for you. So, starting with the very first one, so this is about understanding that we are our best selves. We are becoming our best selves day and day, and the task that we have for us is not to do anything different but to find that light inside our heart. We just have to remove all the barriers within ourselves that we have built against that. So, really connecting with our true self, which is limitless possibility that exists in each one of us. Okay. Again, continuing the same spirit, it is about understanding that our lifetime has got a mission. So you are on this mission of your lifetime, and it is actually a privilege of a lifetime to become who you truly are. That means finding your calling, finding what is your true nature, getting connected with your vision, getting connected with your higher self. That is what is the intention, that we take this life as an adventure. Despite of anything that happens in our life, you know who doesn't have problems in life, who doesn't have challenges in life, who doesn't have a heartbreak in life? Everybody has that. Despite of everything, enjoying the ups and the downs of the life, like the waves rising in the ocean. And all we can do is realize that we cannot stop the waves from coming in our lives, but we can always learn surfing. Okay, and that is what this intention is about, that we all practice that surfing, that mindful surfing on the waves of our breathing together. Yeah, and why this is important. A simple thing that I want to share, a simple realization that I want to table with you on this Sunday call, that we do not remember the days, we remember the moments. So your life is not in past, your life is not in future. Your life is happening minute by minute, second by second, moment by moment in the present moment. And to make it is it a a very very adventurous experience, a rememberable experience, is what you need to do is that you have to remember those moments which made you happy. You have to find your happy space in the moment called now. Okay. The next quote is one of my favorites, and I think this is by Rumi, the great poet. This is where the opportunity lies. When you let go of what you are, you become what you might be. So, this is about the intention of becoming better day by day. A caterpillar doesn't realize that it can transform itself to a butterfly. But the process of transformation of caterpillar to butterfly, it has a stage in between where the caterpillar becomes something called as a cocoon, a pupa. And within that pupa, the caterpillar has to dissolve everything which is supposed to be known as a caterpillar. So that means you have to let go of the past, you have to let go of who you are, you have to let go of all your limitations, and you have to see that possibility of opening up the cocoon and becoming the butterfly. Okay, and that freedom that the butterfly has is just by realizing that that seed of transformation is within its own mind. So our self coaching series is very important because self coaching series, our intention is to bring these tools and these thoughts and these, I would say, building blocks for you, so that you can become your own coach and you can set up your own journey from becoming a caterpillar to a butterfly. Okay, so that is the intention that we hold for this class. And it is a short class. I know that it is 30 to 40 minutes, but I believe in incremental improvement. I've said this time and again, and it takes just few drops to fill the ocean. And drop by drop, we will be becoming an ocean of knowledge on these topics. And this is the same intention with which I'm holding this Science of Mind Sunday Club. And I am fortunate that I am on this journey with you. Time and again, I have been getting questions. I learn from your questions, I learn from your stories as well. And your stories are also inspiring me to keep this doing every time. So, always, whenever you feel that, hey, what is my contribution to the world? Or maybe, what can I do about it? Remember, you might be just a drop, but it's not an ordinary drop. You're not a drop in the ocean, but you're the entire ocean in a drop. Somebody said that we are human beings having a spiritual experience. No, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay. So, our journey on the Science of Mind Club, and once again, a very warm welcome to all of you who are joining for the first time, is that we pick up one topic for as a theme and for this club, and we continue to develop ourselves. This time, the topic is self coaching, and how we can coach ourselves to become a better version of ourselves. Well, this idea has come from two of my role models, Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese monk who was the Zen teacher, and Marshall Goldsmith, who is the world's number one executive coach. And I was fortunate to get coached by him, to learn from him, and he's my mentor. And this club is just a 30 to 40-minute wake up call for us to pick up those skills of positive psychology, neuro linguistic programming, and mindfulness. Okay, these are very, very powerful skills in today's world, because in today's world we see a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of technology overdose that people are getting. So it is important for us to take that pause. And this is a sacred pause, and it helps us to get in touch with ourselves, our true potential. So you can scan the QR code, you can join. If you're already joining, you are part of this club already. It's a pro bono club. It doesn't have any connection with any organization whatsoever. Only thing that we connect with is becoming better and supporting each other on this journey. Okay. Be curious, because curiosity will help you to learn a lot of things. I was curious 10, 15 years ago, and I was able to find the right mentors and right teachers on my journey. There were teachers on mindfulness, there were teachers on neuro linguistic programming, and amazing coaches. So what I can say is that whenever you are in the association of positive people, you also grow. Okay, so that is a power of association. Okay, what I will also want you to do is that have those mentors and friends and those role models in your life who can help you learn and transform your life day by day. Okay, and whatever I'm sharing in this short connect, feel free to share this knowledge. Okay, this is not something that I created. I was also passed this from some of my teachers and mentors, and with the same gratitude I am paying it forward. So if you like anything, that is all yours. That knowledge is supposed to be yours, and that thing is supposed to come to you. It is your knowledge then, and you can feel free to share it with anyone. Okay, so stay curious, you will be learning a lot of things. Friends, this is our journey. I'll not spend a lot of time. In the last few calls, I have already shared that what we are doing in this particular series. See, the series is very important to me because I understand that you will not need an external coach to guide you in your life. Whichever challenge you are facing, my belief is that you have all the resources within the capacity of your conscious, unconscious mind. Take care of your challenges, to take care of your life, but it will all only require you to work on three particular things. Okay, so these three things are important. First is the mindset, and we have spent a lot of time. There was first 7 classes was all about this mindset of possibilities, mindset of growth, mindset of taking accountability. So that was the mindset. Second, we are in the second leg of the journey where we are talking about the skill set, that what are the skills to become a good coach to yourself. Okay, you can either be, as Buddha said, that whatever a true enemy can do to you, a mind which is reckless can do more, and whatever the best of your friend can do, a well-trained mind can do for you. Which means that it is not the mind itself, but the way how we use our mind that decides the kind of output and the outcome that we get in our life. So the second leg is in this journey is where we are finding that how we can pick up certain skills to be more skilled in using our minds for better. Last class in particular, we understood that how we can analyze our situation better. Sometimes it happens that we get into a negative spiral and we start challenging and questioning ourselves. So how do I break that pattern and analyze my situation better? That was discussed in the last class. Today we are on the milestone 13, which is seeking the right options. And sooner or later in this journey, I will also give you a lot of tools so that you not only become a great coach to yourself, you can also become a good coach to others. Okay, so that's how I have planned, and you can consider it as a mini course of some kind on coaching, which can help you find some of the best tools that somebody has collated on his journey for the last 10 years. Okay, so that's how I'm presenting it. And this is today's topic, which is possibilities and options. So we'll do a quick chat here as we have some of you joining us. What comes to your mind when I say possibilities, option? Okay, and you can just write one sentence on one word in the chat. Okay, this is your time to be involved and share with others, because I'm not the wisest person. I am just kind of holding this group. Sooner or later, we'll do more sharing. So let's get started by sharing what comes to your mind when I say the word possibility, options. What does that mean to you? Thank you, Akash says being limitless. Thank you, Akash. Understanding that the only limitation that you have with you is that you are limitless. Yeah, understanding your limitless nature. Okay. Devang says future. Yes, the future is full of possibilities. And says choices. Yes, it is about choices. It is about creating those choices. Okay, at any given point in time, we are not running out of choices. Pablo Picasso once said, the great master artist, that when I run out of green, I use blue, which means that there are no limits in the mind of a master artist. And if you are a master artist of your life, you can create anything. You can paint your life as your master creation. Okay, so I'll share a small story with you, and this story is about a possibility mindset. Sometime back I have also shared it with some of the group members. Yeah, Hanumant is saying potential and power to be better. Absolutely. So I'll give you an example of this in action. This is called Art of Radiating Possibilities. Those of you who are regular on our Science of Mind YouTube channel, which is called Self Mastery Zone. So on YouTube, we are by the name the Self Mastery Zone, and I have compiled a lot of such interesting ideas, stories. I have done a few podcasts. One particular story that comes to my mind for this concept is story of this leader who visits Oxford and who visits Harvard and all the big schools of the world. But his friend tells him that maybe a Harvard or a Oxford of the world may have 1 year or 2 years of waiting period, the waiting time when a student is getting admission. Do you know that there is one place, this is again a school, where people are waiting for 3 to 4 years to get inside that particular school? And it is not a management school of any kind. And the person gets curious. He said that, what is this school? What are they teaching? So friends, I don't know if some of you might be aware, there is this school called London Philharmonic Orchestra, and it teaches music. And there is this person called Ben Zander. And the unique thing about it is that people go there to learn music. But when they connect with the music, the rhythm, and the style of teaching of Ben Zander, they realize that they have found a life lesson which is far beyond any school or any institute can teach them. They really learn how to connect with the life. They really learn with the possibilities. Okay, so possibilities and choices are always within our reach. We just have to extend our hands and touch them. We are currently in the age of AI, where if you have any challenge, let's say you started this coaching journey with a challenge, with a problem that you want to solve, an area where you want to be better, you have got enough and many resources which can give you a lot of suggestion. So my first thought is look ahead for the possibilities and the choices that you have around you. Okay, and just sit in a quiet space, have your diary or a journal, write down what is the challenge, and then you start to kind of find that what are my choices in this situation, what are the possibilities. Because as somebody said, that choices create momentum. Okay, so my coach, my mentor Marshall Goldsmith said that when you are stuck, expand your options, expand your choices, because choices always they create momentum. And another view which is brought from this very learned Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh says that freedom lies in awareness of multiple paths, not clinging to one only. Okay, so if you're clinging to one part only, which means that you are limiting yourself. You are a limitless person. I think it was Akash or somebody who just wrote here the word limitless. That is my favorite word. To be truly limitless means that understanding that your human mind is capable of consciously remembering 7 plus minus 2 things. But unconsciously, your subconscious mind or the unconscious mind can pick up 4 million pieces of information and process. Okay, the only thing is that it doesn't remembers in the conscious mind, it just throws it in the unconscious mind. But that's how you can definitely connect to the higher mind, your higher self. And for that, you need a mindfulness practice. You need to sit down and explore what are your choices and what are the things that you can do in that particular. Okay? So there are two different mindsets, possibility mindset and solution mindset. And there are people who will have a victim mindset. I have somebody commenting on the chat window. All right, great one, Devang. So we are sharing some of the ideas. Devang says want to program subconscious mind. Yes. So these are some of the thoughts that I'm, sharing with you. The same intent, Devang, and you be open. So possibility mindset and solution mindset is that in any situation there can be two choices for us. One is a person says that why it always happens to me, why I'm always like this, which is called a victim mindset. But a possibility mindset is what else can I do to be better and rise above my circumstances. So friends, I'll repeat it for if somebody is wanting to take a note of it. It's a powerful question. What else can I do to rise above my circumstances and become a better version? So that's a possibility mindset. And the art of possibilities is always about finding and admitting that most situations offer more options than your fears want to admit. In our fears of day-to-day life, in our limitations that we keep on our mind, we forget that there are always a solution. There is always a way out. There are always ways to look about it. And how do you do that? You basically are aware by this time, or if you're not aware, there is a whole series that I have done on mindfulness and how can you benefit from mindfulness. So you pick up any of those techniques, and all the techniques have a same format that you sit with yourself, focus on your breathing, focus on the present moment, and you connect with this question that how can I do certain things to become my better version? Okay? And you brainstorm with yourself without judgment. Okay, because your creativity, it doesn't need permission before precision. It's always there. Your innate creativity is always there. Let's say for some reason if you're stuck, then you always have accessibility to some of your coaches, friends, trusted advisors, people whom you say are the closest, your close inner circle. So you reach out to them. You reach out to five of them and you say that, hey, can you suggest me certain options and choices? I'm working for this challenge. And you may not want me to do something about the past because I can't change the past. But if this is my future and this is what I'm aiming at, what will be your 3 to 4 suggestions? So just imagine 5 people giving you 4 suggestions with the intention that they want you to grow, because this is your inner circle. So when you get such ideas, you have 20 such ideas with you. So with these 20 such ideas, you are becoming, you know, an idea bank by yourself. Okay, so this is where you will never fall short of possibilities and ideas. If you look inside, there is always a way out. If you look inside your mind, let your creative mind talk to you in that me time, in that pause, in that space. And when you run out of your ideas, when you find that writer's block, it is always, always good to connect with 4 to 5 such people in your life who you consider as, your inner circle, and get their ideas, get some choices for yourself. Okay, and fuel your self agency, because options are the fuel of self agency. Even a small new choice will shift your perspective. Friends, I have been time and again sharing this idea that it will not be big changes in your life that will change your life. Sometimes it will be a short difference that you will say that, okay, now let me start by experimenting with this. Minor changes, incremental changes. Okay, so I'll give you an example. 2005, when I started my career journey, I was not fortunate to get a lot of mentors, but 2006 I met somebody, and this person was very good with personal finance. And what this friend of mine, let's call him Deepak, what Deepak said is that, Anupam, what are you doing to pay your future self? I said, what do you mean? He said that, I know that you have started your career. It is just 2006. But there is somewhere, and that time I was not married, no kids, no liabilities, nothing. He said that if you think of the future Anupam, what is one thing that you want to do for him today? I said, I don't know. I want to just live my life in the moment. He said, do one thing, have a financial goal for yourself, and rather than doing spending here and there, just increase your VPF. So those who are in India, they might be knowing that there is a fund, there is a retirement fund which is called as a provident fund in India. And he said that you increase your contribution, and some of us know that we can increase the contribution as well. He said just increase it by 5 to 6%. I said, yeah, 5 to 6% doesn't harm. I will increase it. Friends, you will not believe that 5% over a period of time that started to accumulate. Okay, so this is the law of compounding. Whenever we do a micro action for a goal, over a period of time, that micro action will become bigger. Like when we started this session, one of our classmates and us, we and me, I was having a conversation. This person is doing mindfulness, meditation, yoga, all these things, great things. If somebody is doing yoga for one full day, or somebody goes for a retreat for 2 days, that will create a difference, but not much if he's just going once in a while. But let's say if there is somebody who's doing 15 to 20 minutes of a breath practice, of a exercise, of a yoga, whatever, but that's a consistent activity for rest of your life. Now, the kind of rewards or the outcomes that the person will get from a small, consistent action, I think that will be far, far way bigger than anything done just once in a lifetime. Okay. So, what are the options that are in front of you? What are the options that you can create? And what are the options that you have been ignoring? Because you feel that, okay, maybe it's not good enough. So look for those options. And the reason why I have this picture is that instead of using technology as your distractor, technology as an ally, there are two such technology tools that I'll recommend. One is that you can just go on the chat GPT and write a simple prompt that, hey, this is my area where I want to grow, this is my challenge that I'm facing, can you give me certain options? Chat GPT will give you a lot of options. If you want to go on a very specific coaching related area, there is Marshall Goldsmith AI, where you can go and you can just tap into the wisdom of Marshall Goldsmith for free. That person is 76 years old, and all his life he has been coaching people, and he has some very, very curated solutions for you. What is the harm in that? So we are using technology for helping us, because at the end of the day, the more the number of choices, it will shift your perspective. Choices shift perspective. Okay. So you are never truly stuck if you are still capable of imagining a next step, if you are still capable of finding some choices. And this is the key question that I want to share with you on today's class. You may want to write it down, that in any situation you ask yourself, what options am I ignoring because they feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable? You write down all those options. What is it that I'm not thinking? Or how can I make one small consistent effort? What are some of the options for that? Okay. And a good way to kind of bounce this further is to kind of sit with yourself in a me time, in your sacred space, in your happy zone, and you kind of share it with yourself with the perspective that how this will span out in future. Or you connect with one of your trusted mentors, advisors, coaches, friends, and you kind of take their opinions on it so that you can make really, really good choices for your goals. That is what I wanted to share with you today. I'll take a pause if there are any questions, and would like to thank you for connecting on this Sunday class. As a thank you note from my side, what I'm also more than happy to extend is a free 30-minute coaching connect. It's a no obligation coaching connect. If any of you would like to share your problems further or your challenges further, and more than a coach, I would say that I would wear the hat of a friend or a guide by a side. With whatever I know, I can share with you. So you can scan this QR code and you can let me know. I can set up some time. So that is my free invitation to those who have taken this invitation and joined the call this Sunday morning. I really value your efforts for your self development, and I would love to contribute more to your coaching journey, and that's absolutely free and pro bono. But I'll take a pause here to answer some of the live questions. We have some time in hand. So I see some of our friends on call. Anybody would like to ask a question can go off mute or put it on the chat. Any which ways, I'm fine. There is this golden silence whenever we say that there is some question, but I feel that I can take it as a silence which is more introspective in nature, because there are a lot of ideas we have already shared. But I hope whatever I have shared on this connect, I think you were able to find something positive, and I hope this was useful. If it was useful, you can just simply type the letter U on the chat, and I'll know, and you will know, and the friends will know that yes, it was useful.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
go ahead.
I asked how to program the subconscious mind, so I want to increase my memory power and all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So, any techniques you said you're going to tell me or
Yes.
something?
Yes. Yes. So one of the techniques that I can suggest, and thank you for bringing that back again, is Devang, the simple memory technique is connected with the mindfulness. So there are two techniques probably I'll share with you, and more I can share if you can send me your email address. I'll share a detailed way that how do you practice these technique. The first one is called as the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. Now in this, you have to sit wherever you are in a very comfortable manner, and you have to look for five new things which are in your surroundings. Okay, so wherever I'm sitting, I have a book, I have a pen, I have this charging point, and you look for five new things in your surroundings. So that means visually you're coming to the present moment. That is five. Four is you are connecting with four sounds in your surroundings. So you close your eyes, and you really make an effort to listen to the sounds which are there in the surrounding, and you will realize that more than a person speaking, there can be sound of the automobile, there is a sound of maybe some appliance which is working, sound of, so where I'm sitting, if I just pay more close attention, I can also hear the sound of the computer, the CPU of the computer. I don't know. So four new sounds that brings you to the present moment. So five, four, then three. Close your eyes and then you connect with five different objects and how the feeling of the five objects. Okay, so that's the three. Then two, what can be different smells or two new smells in your surrounding. And finally, one, and this is where the mindful eating also comes, that wherever you are, to be fully present and to, bring 100% of your brain into the present moment. Pick up, let's say, a small piece of chocolate, a small piece of candy, and you feel the 100% taste of it. Now, why this exercise is important is because it trains your mind to be in the present moment. Okay, so this is the first technique. Okay, and similarly, there is a breathing technique which is called box breathing. So these two techniques I feel are very good for charging and firing up your present mind, your mindful presence. And this, if done a lot, I think it can also help you in developing your memory power, is what I can say. Okay, so I have noted down your email, Devang. I'll be sharing
Yeah,
you a detailed explanation of
yeah,
this.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope this was helpful.
Thank you, sir.
Friends, do we have
So,
any further questions?
yes, sir, I have a single question for you. So, I want to ask you that when we talk about possibilities and limitless power that we have, so what should we do with the mindset when you are at the bottom, at the drop bottom of something? How can you upgrade your mindset or upgrade your mind to have that mindset that possibilities are there and you can have something or the other that you can do to get out of it? How can we improve that mindset by which we can see the possibilities around us?
Great, great question, Hanuman. So, see, we have limited time and we are right at the top of the hour, but I'll give you three suggestions basically. First suggestion is that, see, whenever you are hitting rock bottom, always remember that the best thing in life, or somebody said, the saddest truth and the best truth in the life is that this shall too pass. Okay, when somebody is happy, if they say this shall too pass, yeah, somebody is sad, this shall too pass. So it is about understanding that you are going through a wave. That's the first thing. The second thing what I would suggest is that you connect with, let's say, a friend, a coach who can give you a different perspective. I'm a big fan of coaching because you have all the resources, but somewhere you need somebody to hold your hand and kind of show you that path, show you that different option. And last but not the least, Hanuman, whenever you are hitting rock bottom, understand that you cannot just stop there. If you keep going, just like you have joined this call and maybe somebody else is exploring something, all you need to do is just keep going. Don't stop. Okay, so that is what I want to share, and maybe I'll also share a video with you which can further give you some more suggestions. All right.